avoid all the crowds. And he gets out of this cart because he sees, these two young little kids over there, and he beelines through the ropes and fist bumps them.
The Wandering Dutchman Podcast.
This is In Depth with the Dutchmen, the only interview show where it's the conversation that matters most. We're coming to you from the beautiful back deck at Huntingburg Country Club, just off the 9 green, and our buddy, friend of the program, Mr. Ted O'Brien, is sitting between Big Mase and Smoke, and we're here to talk a little bit about golf, extension of shafts, and the Huntingburg Country Club.
Yeah.
Right. Welcome to the show.
Let's go. Here we are. And I tell you what, man, this is absolutely a beautiful evening. Like, I'm usually a professional sweater.
Oh, yeah.
But we
Professionals, perspirers.
we got lucky.
Yeah, we just to kind of let you know and set the stage here, we've been talking with Ted for a little bit about getting out, playing a little golf, and then talking about what Huntingburg Country Club has to offer.
Oh, boy.
And so we got out here tonight. We teed off about, 7:30-ish, hit 3 or 4 holes. Arlo's
right.
got some footage that he's going to cut up.
And it's just a small click past 2 a.m. right now. So
not quite that bad, but we played a few holes because we wanted Ted to see what Mase and Smoke have to offer. I obviously play with Ted quite a bit, but I guess that's the first question, Ted. What did you think about the we'll start with old Missile Lips to your right. What did you think about his golf game?
I'm going to tell you what. We've had this in the books for a while. Casey and I obviously play a lot of golf together. We're on the same men's league team here at Huntingburg. I've played with Mase. I've never played golf with Smoke, but I've heard stories, I was impressed.
Yeah.
So we did a little scramble versus me. Fair, I think.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Ended up not fair.
Yeah.
I played a little better than I expected.
Yeah,
but
you come out
What
and
do you
go
mean?
birdie,
You
birdie.
played freaking lights out, Ted.
Well,
Hey, when you turn the camera on, pressure's on.
You
That's.
know-
I think he's built for the tour. Like,
Is
the
that what it
camera's
is?
in the
Yeah.
face. He's got live commentary. I mean,
I was waiting for him to, tap his ball on the flat part of the
ooh,
iron.
that would have been
That would have been good.
I bet
That
you
would've been
should.
good.
I bet you can do that.
We
can't you?
should have done trick shots. I got
No.
a couple up the.
Now, I had a hell of a trick shot over there on
number 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
No, 7.
7. There it was.
No, it was 7T,
No,
but it went on 6.
Yeah.
Green.
Well,
Almost
no,
hit the
it went-
poor guys behind us.
It almost went backwards.
Yeah,
into
so
the
I hit
water.
it out, over, and then back behind as far as longitude lines go.
But I'm going to tell you what, the Dutchmen for the first 2 holes were hanging tight.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
put a little pressure.
So the shot of the day has to be Mase over the bunker.
Yeah.
Like
was nice.
the hands of God.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I
The
told
hands
him
of
I
God.
told him to use them soft hands you use to.
Oh.
Caress the
Well,
warden. I
Caress the
believe
warden.
it was something like that.
But here's the deal. He had some practice before we played because I was witness at the softball fields. Ellie and Chloe battling it out.
Yeah.
And Mase is on the mound yelling at 8-year-old girls,
That's the way to do it.
screaming at them.
Yeah.
And he's got a little touch. He struck out 8 tonight,
Yeah.
which was a little low for him.
Hey, are you going to set the
Throwing
single
it.
season record?
We didn't come to play tonight. That's all I got to say. The Scrapyard Dogs did not come to play tonight.
Oh, and by the way, he did get hit.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Middle's open.
I wore one
He
off
wore
the toe.
one tonight.
I wore
I
one
tell
Took
you
away
what.
a base hit.
Coach here about
And that-
wore one at a game last
And that rule,
Friday.
I hate that rule. That rule's stupid. If they hit the pitcher as me, the coach, if I get hit, they get their base. Because guess what happened? Next pitch, she strikes out, and that's an out. But she piss drived one up the middle.
Especially when you're like, can't get out of the way.
Because that's exactly what the other coach told me. I said, I hate this rule. And she said, get out of the way. And I'm like,
Now,
okay,
was that your wife?
I'll trade
No.
you.
Oh, okay.
My wife was behind the plate.
No, it was not his wife.
She was laughing though.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure she was.
So,
But no, I have not been practicing, by the way.
No, but
have
I was
not.
impressed by. your shafts got extended.
Yeah?
Which
Huge difference.
Listen, it is. And him and I, in all seriousness, we had it long.
We
I sent
did.
him to the right guy.
We thought it through.
The guy gave him a great deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's paid off. Now
Yeah.
the next step is he's got to get a new driver.
yeah.
He hit the Hulk shafts, nicknamed the Smoke.
Yeah.
And that was a different little sound coming off.
Yeah,
that
but that's a different. It's they're like the price range though. It's just,
yeah.
it's not in there.
one. About triple.
Yeah, it's not in there. Yeah, the
But-
old Cleveland high borer is gonna might have to float me along for a while.
A little bit longer.
I think I hit that club in high school.
Yeah. Hey, 2004 call. They want their driver back.
So what about Smoke? Smoke was probably a little bit of the roughest.
Yeah, so Smokes,
Yeah, I'm out of practice.
Bite your tongue, Nancy.
Smoke's long
He was the
game.
putting freaking master.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Smoke's long game needs some work.
Yeah.
But talented on the greens.
Yeah.
I mean, he.
Lucky at least.
I'm going to tell you what, the putt on 6.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, wait till you see that footage.
And he's got the best style out of all you guys.
Oh,
I mean, look
yeah.
at that. Look at the hair, the hat. I mean, he puts it all
He's like
together.
a golf hat on.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
What's the
You missed
Australian
your
dude
call.
that drink beer out of the cup? The professional
you
golfer.
lost me on that one.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know too many Australians.
Or was he not Australian? Maybe he's British. He won a cup and he put beer in it and drank out of
Well,
it.
Brooks Koepka just
Well, a
did
lot
it.
of people do that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I feel like if you
Are you
were
thinking
there-
like Cameron Smith?
Yeah, is that the guy? He's got long hair,
Australia.
right?
He's got the stash like you.
Yeah, he's got longer hair.
He's
Flat
a little
bill.
bit thinner, Dave.
like me and
Definitely
John Daly
thinner.
get
I mean,
along
good
well.
grief. Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
You guys
yeah.
would. You
John
absolutely
Daly,
would.
singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can do the same thing.
Yeah, you really can.
No, I think I need to have my clubs extended. I bought 1-inch extended clubs. Those were dandies. I got them for about $135 delivered.
what a
from
deal.
Taiwan.
What a deal.
I don't
But
want to tell
I-
you what mine were.
But
No.
I tee real high.
Nobody
Well,
cares.
with
Yeah,
an
we
iron.
We saw that.
So I'm wondering if maybe that's how long I need to extend my shafts because that's where I'm comfortable.
I've never seen anybody
Well-
hit an iron shot with a 6-inch
Now,
tee
friend of
height.
the show, Clyde Harper, he'll tell you he was out there at
Coronado.
Coronado with me in San Diego, and he gave me shit for the same thing when I said we're going to tee it high and let it fly, and we parked it right next to the pin there.
But you
bud.
could argue that was your best swing of the night.
It was. That's the problem. My shafts have not been extended long enough.
You know, they got
I need
some.
like a 4-inch extension.
So here's the deal. You got to extend his shafts. He's got. What's Casey's excuse?
My
he
wife
just
won't let me
sucks.
buy new irons.
Shots fired.
shot clock.
Oh, this one?
No, but Casey, here's the deal. Casey, he loves a game of golf.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great member here at Huntingburg. In all seriousness,
On the board.
On the board.
Yeah.
I wonder how I got there, Ted.
Well, I convinced you to get in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and we've done some good things.
Done
here.
some real good
We'll
things.
talk about it.
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about
his golf game. He hits it a long way.
Yeah.
And-
we seen that on 6 T-Bucks. Almost put one in the lake.
Oh
Yeah.
Hell of a shot.
That's crushing the ball.
He's crushing it. His issue, in all seriousness, is consistency. He'll hit irons well one night. He'll hit the driver everywhere. Next night, he'll be piping driver right down by the green on 2 and 3 in league, and then he makes a 6. You know, he just needs to play more golf. But he's new. I mean, I haven't been playing that long. He's got a little baseballness to him. He's
Yeah,
a baseball
probably.
coach.
I've started playing probably more serious since I got back from law school.
Yeah.
But there was a little bit of time. I took it really serious when I started. You helped me out a lot one summer to work on breaking, probably the 110 barrier.
Yep.
And then working on breaking 100.
The
And then-
110. Oh, you mean like the score?
Yes.
Not the drive.
Yes.
distance.
You wouldn't last 110.
Yeah.
No.
No, you'd quit before that.
What do you mean?
Because that's
Shooting
like a
110.
that's
you
like a
just-
55-55.
You take it to the clubhouse by then.
Oh God, yeah.
Now, see, I got my buddy Clyde I play with. He's a dandy, and he lets me. We normally play 9 after work if we do play. I haven't played it all this year, but he's got a rule that nobody does worse than twice a par. So that's what I
Oh
do.
yeah, double par rule.
Double
Yeah,
par.
so
That's what they do in the
that's-
junior tours. Where my
That's
kids
where I
play.
roll in. Yeah. That's
The old circle 8 or the double par.
Yeah.
circle.
Me and your
eight.
kid. I tell you what, I give him a run for their money.
I don't know. Cooper would blow your doors off. But
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's a league I maybe need to start in
Yeah.
and work my way up.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm gonna say tonight, if we let Cooper play from the junior tees, I think the Dutchmen would have went down too.
Oh, without a
probably.
doubt.
Yeah, but I would have started playing mental
You
warfare.
can get in his head a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get between them ears. And
He's gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, what you could do is you could take Big Fella there to your right. He could become Coop's like mental performance coach.
Dude,
Oh yeah. 'Cause
Could
they
you
all have-
imagine
all
him
those-
standing at the tee box or the green just
Absolutely.
screaming at Cooper?
I've coached Cooper. I've coached Cooper a couple times, and he's a great kid. For anybody that's listening that doesn't know, Cooper O'Brien is Ted's son, and he has a stick playing golf. He's great at golf. Several championships under his belt. Hell of a basketball player.
Great
Not
baseball
too
player.
happy I don't see him on the baseball field this year, but that's something that me and his mom and obviously his father are going to have a chat about. But
I don't think he's coming back to the
no,
diamond.
I don't think so either because he's doing really good on the links. And you know what? I'm happy for him, and he's a great kid.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, he loves it. I did the same thing. I didn't choose until 8th grade. I would love to see him stay in it, but I think it's important as parents.
Oh, yeah.
You let them do what they want to do. They need to figure it out. I
what
think there's a
happened
chance
to,
that he comes back and plays baseball again. But this is the route he wanted to go. I'm a little nervous that might get a little burnt out this early, taking it this serious, this young.
Well, he's got a
but
pretty tough coach.
he does.
And
now
you.
I'm sliding. Me and
Okay.
Miss Chloe, I'm just kind of moving over there and letting Cooper do his thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll
good.
see.
Now we got to break the. I guess we can jump to this part because we want to introduce you, but your wife is like the softball queen.
Yes.
And,
Oh, yeah.
Well, but softball's a spring sport. Golf for girls is in the fall, so you're in the
Correct.
clear there.
But she also played in the state championship in volleyball.
Oh, blue team.
So when you go to Tecumseh and you're a female athlete, it's
Yeah.
the real deal, right? So
Yeah.
like,
That's
yeah.
true.
Brandy's pretty accomplished when it comes to high school. She played in like 4, 5, 6 state championships.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Chloe,
that softball
and then
run,
Chloe's
yeah.
favorite sport's soccer. So she's got a tough deal going in the fall.
So really, what we're finding out about this whole Ted O'Brien interview is that he is all in on everything sports.
Yeah, everything
Oh,
sports.
yeah. Well, I played 4 in high school. I think you do it all. You have fun
yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Multi-sport
And that's
athletes.
what Southridge has been all about. Why we've
Yeah.
been so successful.
Yeah.
Kids
You gotta have kids
done
playing
that.
everything.
It's a you don't get it back.
No. Yeah.
College sports are great if you can get there, but it's not all. It's a job.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I went through it.
Now,
It's
did
a
you know
job.
my wife was a Division I athlete?
Yeah.
Did you know that, Arlo?
I did. What did she play?
She was a rower. She was on the IU rowing team.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Kid you not. Every year when I was track coach, 5, 6 years track coach, every year IU tried to recruit our top track athletes.
Really?
Every year for rowing.
For rowing?
Yeah, not
Huh.
for track. I mean,
be
but
darned.
for rowing. I mean,
When Justine was on the rowing team, it was predominantly lesbians with gargantuous thighs and real strong cores.
So let's jump in. Ted, introduce yourself a little
Yeah.
bit. I can start from the top off of memory. Teacher out at Southridge.
That's right.
Basketball coach.
That's right.
Big into golf out here at the country club. You
That's right.
spearheaded with your father our greenskeeping stuff around here. You're president of the board out here at Huntingburg Country Club. A lot of irons in the fire, but just kind of give us a elevator pitch of who is Ted O'Brien.
well, yeah, it's been. I mean, from a country club standpoint, it's been a whirlwind of 5 years. I got out of basketball 5 or 6 years ago as the head coach at Southridge and asked for a job out here just to kind of keep busy, and started with doing carts and weed eating and worked my way up. And 4 years ago now, I guess I went in and we had someone leave down in the superintendent's role. My dad was retiring from teaching, so it just worked out. We kind of tag team it. He's kind of the manager of grounds, I guess you could say, and
Yeah.
I went ahead and got my license for greenskeeping.
Nice.
And
Let me
I
interrupt you
love
and
it.
say. Let me interrupt you and say that the course has looked better than it has in years. In the last couple years, I mean, even like my dad, who's been playing out here for 35 years or more, can I mean, just hearing those guys talk about like how good this course looks. It's and kudos to you, man, because it's beautiful. The greens, like everything, I love it. I don't play golf very much, but I love to drive by and look at it because it is pretty.
We've done some big things in 5 years, but from our grounds perspective, we put a plan together, and you can't do everything in 1 year. It takes time to grow grass. Sure. It takes time to change things. So, we started with the greens, and then we moved to the approaches and moved to the rough surrounding the greens. Our
Spend
next
a little
step,
time in there today.
Next step, we gotta benefit our fairways a little bit. And it's just a process, and what's helped is our club's grown so much.
Oh yeah.
COVID hit. it was awful, all around, but it helped the golf business.
Oh,
And
immensely
Casey's
helped
been a
the
part
golf
of
business.
a part of this on the board with me, and it's been unreal. We
I
built
would
this
imagine-
deck,
Yeah.
and now we're going to build new maintenance barns this fall. Just trying to put.
I
The
would
finishing
imagine
touches.
that. I would imagine that the pandemic probably really, like the golf. I mean, because you're by you play by yourself.
Well,
Or you,
but
or
a
you
lot
sh-
of
you don't
but a-
share a cart and you're outside. I mean, you probably could have. Did you play? You played all the way through, huh?
Yeah, so we never actually. I think we closed. I wasn't on the board at this point, but we did close down for a couple weeks right at the beginning, just because of the unknown. But then we quickly reopened to members only for a couple weeks. But then we kind of went through and put together a plan. That board at that time did, and you could social distance playing golf.
That's right.
We had to do like some dividers in the carts. We had to, clean
Touch
'em.
points on
Oh
the-
boy, that'd
we-
have been tough for the cart me and smoker in the night.
Oh,
there was
There
no
wouldn't have
buying
been
any
much
of that.
division on that deal.
You guys
we were
each get,
sharing a
you
pedal
guys
at
each
one
get your
point.
own cart.
We'd have to have
we
our
would have
own
to do the
cart.
own cart thing. though.
Yeah. God bless it.
But we never missed a beat, and then all of a sudden, and I think what we did right here is we kept our prices down for 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
Other clubs in the area raised during that time. I don't know, it worked for us because what we did was we got the quantity here, and then we've worked really hard to set up, a package, whether you're a member or whether you're from the public, that made them want to stay. And a big part of that was the course improving. And I think people saw, man, we're getting our bang for our buck. And we've been able to slowly raise the prices each year without people really recognizing a big hit.
Well, and I think some of the biggest things that has played out well is one, there's kind of been a change of the guard here at the country club. Used to it was a bar that had a golf course attached to it, and it's really turned into a golf course. And we're going to talk about a bunch of events that have kind of helped grow the game of golf. But the same guys that were running to state in Southridge for golf back in like the 2000s
yeah.
have kids now that are playing
Yeah.
golf. And it's golf has come back in as a sport that has become affordable again.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a price point where your average everyday guy couldn't go buy
it was.
a set of
I mean,
sticks.
I remember. When I got out of high school, I played on the high school golf team for just.
Yeah, I've heard a couple stories about
And we
that.
don't need to
Wait,
talk
you
about
were really on the golf team?
Oh yeah,
Well,
but we don't need to talk about that. But
short time.
so I played a lot of golf.
Tough times.
Short.
I played a lot of golf during high
Tough,
school, but then
too.
after high school, and I went into the coal mine, and it was tough to we played golf a lot, but it was expensive. And I
Yeah.
think now the way everything, we've got numbers in front of us that we'll talk about later, but it's not that bad to come out and watch. I'm not really probably going to walk 9, but for those people that are going to walk, it's really not that
Well,
bad.
and I think too there's been some change in the county in regards to some places.
Yeah.
Jasper Country Club's no longer in existence.
Correct.
You had a change at Sultan's.
Muni
Buffalo
is no
Trace
longer
is-
Buffalo. Yeah, Muni's now Buffalo, Trace.
But like I think
Ruxer's gone.
Ruxer's is
Got a
gone.
lot of
I hate
traffic
that.
because of
Yeah.
Ruxer's.
And I think that's been a big change. It's been positive because
Yeah.
the right people here have been welcoming. They've opened up their minds to different events, and we'll get to a lot of that. But I mean, this porch, I don't know, Arlo, if you can take because it's perfect now because the lights are down. But like this porch is an unbelievable asset for this place.
Yeah, it is
It's beautiful.
We
man.
got we'll talk about all the events, I'm sure, but just bands and big food festivals and different things. This deck was a game changer.
We love anything that has anything to do with big food
music.
and festivals and music. Yeah. Like we're all in.
Yeah, we're pro that. So,
Yeah.
Ted, let's just get it out in the open.
Yep.
You're a scratch golfer, and that's why you beat us tonight, right?
Yeah. I guess.
Teddy,
you
let
know.
me ask you this: when did you start playing golf, and when did you start playing golf? And tell us how that whole thing went out.
Probably 3 or 4 years old. To be honest, I was probably I was a pretty advanced golfer at a young age. Playing in world golf tournaments at the age of 8 or 9. Had a really successful young career. And I really just got to start. My mom just ran the pro shop. My parents didn't know a ton about golf.
I know that's what I thought.
My
Your
mom was pretty good.
Yeah.
Weird, she doesn't use irons. So she was straight woods, didn't matter. And she was one of the top women's golfers in the area, but just self-taught.
Really?
So I always at the golf course. I just picked it up, and the pro at the time, Troy Newport, kind of took me under his wing, and I just followed him around, and he ended up becoming my swing coach. He moved a couple different places. He's actually at Cog Hill in Illinois now, one of the top resorts in the country. But that's just how I got it. But I was very natural at it young, but it was probably like 12 when like that, you have that moment in sports where it clicks, like this is what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it never was my love. I was just the best at it. Basketball was my love.
Yeah.
Turns out when you're 5'10" and you can't shoot, you're not going to go very far. It's just one of those deals.
Yeah.
But I was good at golf. I never imagined it being a career thing because I played 4 sports in high school. I loved just competing. I would play golf a couple of months out of the year.
Cross country, basketball, golf, and then did
Soccer.
you run soccer?
Cross country and soccer
I knew
at the
it
same
was soccer
time.
because big time coach down at HYSL.
Oh,
Hey, yeah, I wish you guys could take Discover cards.
Me and
by
D
the way.
Bowling.
Well.
Me and D Bowling been running the show for a while.
So then you so as a young golfer, you say 12 years old, you hit your switch when you realize I really like to play golf. So then you transferred. You play high school golf, of course, right?
Yep.
So then you said you were a college athlete. What sport did you play in college?
I played golf in college.
Okay, and where?
At USI.
Gotcha.
At USI.
Right.
Originally committed to Southern Illinois. Things kind of fell through a little bit there. So
Carbondale's a dump.
Yeah.
SIU.
Really
Yeah, Southern
kind of started
Illinois.
my recruiting
Carbondale.
back over like my spring season. And to be honest, it's going to sound weird because most golfers would never, but this probably comes from the 4-sport deal, fell in love with my college golf coach. And he was like,
That's weird.
You know what, Mase? You know what, Mase? He would fit exactly perfect right here at this table.
Well, good.
Because it wouldn't be like the smaller guy. He would be bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Offensive lineman memorial. College golfer. Think about that odd.
Hey,
Right.
big guy with good hands.
Right.
Big guy, and he would undress you on the golf course. And I had teammates I loved it. I just thought it was awesome.
You
He'd
mean
come-
like undress, like yell at you?
Yeah,
Because the
I
big,
mean, like-
the good hands comment and then say he can
Oh,
undress
yeah.
you.
Wow.
So-
I'm not sure if I'm all in on college golf, Daddy.
You know, he might see you come around in 3-putt and just,
Eat you alive.
Just, it was bad.
He coached you
And
like a coach.
And he'd go, well, what are you? I'm like, well, I'm 2 under, coach. Well, all right then. Just keep it up. But we would recruit guys that were just golfers.
Yeah.
Not athletes.
Right.
Not that they're not athletes, but that's the only
Right.
thing they did.
Right.
And they, a little softer.
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't make it. So-
Multi-sport athletes are
it's
usually
fun.
pretty hardened. Yeah, I like that.
But I don't know. I enjoyed golf better in high school when it was just something I did every once in a while. In college, it kind of, I had a good
It's a
college
job.
career, but it was a job. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So, amateur-wise, outside of it, it's just playing these fun little 2-mans around here, playing the county. We're going to talk about the Golf Week tournament we're going to
Yeah.
start up
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. It's
So-
been fun.
It's interesting you talk about your family. It made me want to ask you this question: like, what is your fondest golf moment?
Oh, wow.
Beating the Dutchman by 3 strokes
beating
tonight.
the Dutchman.
But it's because it sounds like you played with your parents at a young age.
So I think I got to take it in different strides. So I think, junior golf, probably being at a World Resort PGA National at the age of 9, where they play the Honda Classic, where the pros play, the Bear Trap. Jack Nicklaus designs it. You got the sign there that you won't win the tournament here, but you will lose it with the big bear. Like that's like, how do
cool.
you forget that?
That's
right?
That is cool.
And then probably like more my competitive college day, hitting a hole in one in a college conference tournament was a pretty big deal.
Nice.
So
But-
did you have to buy beer for like the whole?
No, see, that's the
Well,
greatest
probably
thing about
can't.
it. So I hit one when I was 14. Don't
Can't-
have to buy beer.
Yeah.
Hit one when I was 20, 21 in college. Didn't have to buy beer. And then unfortunately, I hit one out here on hole 9 like 3 years ago, and then I had to buy beer.
Then you had
Yeah.
to buy beer.
And I want to tell you, there's a lot of people that will come out of the woodworks when, like, somebody in your group will tell you, like, they post on Facebook, "Hey, Ted hit a hole in one on 9.
I've seen- yeah.
So now he's
Yeah.
going to play 9 more holes. Get out here." So I turn around and I get to
Parking lot's
I get to
full.
8T over here, and like everybody's out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So tell us that unwritten rule for those that are not big golf people.
So-
what happens if you hit a hole in
If you
one?
hit a hole in one, you buy everybody a beer. That's present.
Everybody on the court,
Everybody
like
on
course,
the course,
clubhouse.
right?
Everybody that
club.
is
See,
it's
I never knew that I didn't want to hit a hole in
Now
one.
what we do here is we put a little capper on it.
Yeah.
So we'll put like a dollar amount capper, so many drinks.
Yeah.
Not to, but it's still paying like $250, $300.
oh boy.
Well, because there
Yikes.
was a guy hit one in league.
Yeah.
Our buddy over there from Jasper hit one in league,
Yep.
and it was a hell of a time because with league night, there's probably 9 teams out here.
Yeah.
4
Yep.
guys, 36 guys, plus
Oh,
whoever else is hanging around.
Nikes.
Yeah, it can add up.
That's pretty salty.
Yeah.
I would say, Arlo, to answer your last question, as a dad, though, taking Cooper to the PGA championship in St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
And so just a crappy situation. Get there, these big events, like they're going to have them at French Lick, they're going to have them, the senior women's over here at Sultan's. You got to park really far
Yeah.
away and get bussed in. Well, there's a weather delay. It's storming all day long. And I'm like, man, like this little 6-year-old's not going to get to go. He's dressed in all orange, head to toe, Ricky Fowler. Like he is Ricky Fowler diehard.
Couldn't pick a worse golfer to
And-
back.
Yeah. But we finally get there. And out of the entire day, we get to see Ricky, JT, Spieth, fist bump him. I got it on video. Ricky getting a
Nice.
little. And then rain delay again. And like our day's ruined, right? And we're just standing in the middle of this hole. And all of a sudden, here comes, the man.
John Daly?
No, that's smoke. Tiger.
Tiger. That's
Tiger.
what I figured.
Tiger come because we couldn't get to Tiger. There's too many. I mean, even a practice round this
Yeah.
way. And this is when he ended up finishing second to Koepka.
Yeah.
And they beeline him a different direction to avoid all the crowds. And he gets out of this cart because he sees, these 2 young little kids over there, and he beelines through the ropes and fist bumps them.
No.
I mean,
Did you
that's
catch
cool.
it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I mean, like, how do you beat that?
No,
That is
So
awesome.
as you get the parent,
Yep.
the competitive athlete, the young kid, like those are the moments.
That's cool.
I would
Core
say
memory right there.
Oh,
That's
man.
it.
I went to the PGA Championship at Valhalla, which they've got
Yeah.
it next year.
They do.
The rain
Where'd you
delay,
go?
the rain
Dutchman.
one
I'm in.
that was won by Rory at Darkness because I
Ooh,
went with
yeah.
friend of the program Nick Modice,
Yep.
Harrison Pruse,
Division I golfer.
and
Nick Modice.
and so we went.
I don't
and
know why I have to give him so many shots out here.
I don't know.
Josh
He's
is a
sandbagging.
stick.
He's
a
sandbagging.
sandbagger.
But I will say, like, if you ever get a chance to go watch golf live, like, it's unreal because first off, you realize how excellent these guys are, and then
And
you
there's
realize
beer.
how big a douchebag some of them are. Because, like, Bubba Watson doesn't listen to this, but Bubba was an early morning tee off, which means he wasn't in good shape to be doing anything because this was Sunday, the PGA Championship.
Right.
And he teed off early, and he's walking down the first fairway there at Valhalla, and we were like, and it had been rainy, and it's just kind of one of those things, and we were like, oh, hey, Bubba, have a good round. And most guys, when they walk by, they'd acknowledge or whatever, just kept walking. And it was like,
No reaction.
I try not to drop F-bombs on this program, and especially because of, we're promoting Huntingburg Country Club,
Right.
but that was the initial,
Yeah.
response was, he could be on fire, and I wouldn't get a bucket to put him out.
Yeah.
The crazy
So-
thing is though, like, I mean, you get to play
But
with the
then-
Dutchmen tonight, and like you
Yeah,
hear
that's
that, like you can
that's a big
feel the ball
experience.
coming off the club, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a different sound coming off the Dutchman club.
Is that right?
But when you see, oh yeah,
Well, because there's a lot of dirt, there's a lot of grass.
Smoke had 4 inches of dust on his gloves.
I said my bag smelled like cat piss.
Yeah.
And it did.
But these dudes in professional tournaments, like it's insane how it when you're there in
Unreal.
person. Like you see on TV, it doesn't do it justice. Like just the
It's
sound.
unreal.
of it. And me being a scratch golfer, like my
Oh, that's a humble
mine
brag.
doesn't- yeah,
But hey, be a scratch golfer.
but my it doesn't sound like that.
No, and like I will say though, but like, and I know like Phil Mickelson had some issues with the live breakaway though,
Yeah.
but like we followed him a little bit. Super nice. That's why people followed him because
Yeah.
he walked right by on the tee box. We're like, hey Phil, great hole, great putt. Hey, thanks man. And then like he's going to
Yeah.
hit, and like But it was weird. Like you talk to some of those people that are there that follow it, go to a lot of tournaments. They're like, yeah, that's why people follow Phil because he'll give you the time of the day. And there's a reason why nobody's following Bubba Watson.
I'm pretty sure that Justine's. So you met Mark Jeffers.
Yep.
And his grandson Jenner, Justine's cousin. Max, our kids is cousins from Lagodi. So Mark is a big contributor, and I'm not factual correct on this, but I'm pretty sure he has something to do with the Lakeview Golf Course in Lagodi up there by Boggs.
Yeah, Mark's been around a lot of different golf courses.
For sure. And I'm pretty sure that he has been to Augusta like 250 times.
That
That's a bucket list.
That
there,
Augusta
boys.
lottery's tough because I get denied every year.
I know. But I think I'm not, like I said, I'm not there. But
top course from the Dutchmen. Where's your top course that you've ever played? Huntingburg Country Club?
Yeah. I mean, I played. Oh, there's the trains. Here they are.
That's okay.
Yeah. I played.
Pete Dye at French Lick,
yeah.
Donald Ross.
Yeah. He dies. Do you like Dye better than Ross, though?
No, I love the Ross way better.
The Ross has got character.
I love playing both, but
being up on the Dye is pretty cool. But the Ross, I mean, hell, the PGA Championship.
Yeah.
What does it cost to play up on the top of the hill?
Go to FrenchLick.com and check out. FrenchLickResort.com and check out.
Is it
I think
expensive?
I think it's like $350. That's a deal. We're getting ready to host the Corn Ferry Tour Championship next year. It's hosted.
Is the Big Ten still there?
It was last year. That was a blast. It's actually very cost. Like when you're talking about one of the top public courses in the country, which is what Pete Dye is, for it to be $350 with a $40 cattery, yeah, it is. It should be 500 plus.
Played Sultans. I mean, I've played in high school. We played Sultans.
Sultans is fun.
Yeah, and then I played.
Sultans is fun.
I played.
I like
I've been at
Lucas
the driving
Oil.
range.
Lucas Oil's a cool.
I've been at the driving range
Yeah,
once.
I played Sultans a bunch, and then I played. I mean, a few courses like in Gatlinburg with my dad.
Shinnecock.
My dad was as a kid. But
Whistling Straits.
English is a fun course.
English is
English
fun.
is
the
fun.
hill,
English
is
is
that what they call
It's a good
Lucas
scramble
Oil?
course.
Yeah,
The hill
it's
course.
Good. It's
Yeah,
a
a
good
good
scramble
time.
course.
Yeah, it's Lucas Oil.
So
Food's really
I'm going to
good.
rein it back in so
Yeah.
we can stay locked in. We can talk about local golf courses, but let's talk about what this golf course has to offer.
Yeah.
We've got the 2023 membership application form out here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to give a little inside baseball because I am on the board of directors here. That rate didn't go up a whole lot to reflect anything. And so we've stayed fairly consistent, right, Ted?
Yeah. We did not raise the rates this year for our members. We can get into what you get. That's the biggest question I always get. Trying to attract new members. We've doubled our membership in the last 3 years.
That's crazy.
I think
Awesome.
we're over 200 full golf members.
And some of those are families, which means
Correct.
it'll be listed as one member, but there
Yeah.
might be 2 or 3
And
other
then
people
we're
playing on
probably around 100 to 150 social type members. You can be, you pay $50 to be a social member. No golf rounds. Just come in here, have a good time, be a part of our food events, be a part of our, our bands, our different events as a club. And then there's some social packages with golf. You can get 16, 18-hole rounds or 25 9-hole rounds for $525 and be considered a social member, but still get to play a little bit. And it's like a punch card. They'll punch and keep track of your rounds. But and really, you get to be involved in everything, being the social member, except for some of our club tournaments. Club championship, the old buddy, different events that are competitions, Superintendent's Revenge. So I mean that's a deal that in the last 3 years we've seen a lot of people take advantage of.
Well, and I'm looking at the membership activities, men's league, which is a blast
That's
on Wednesday
another
nights.
one. You got to be a full member for.
You got to be a
men's
full
league.
member. Ladies league, youth
Don't
league.
have to be.
Yeah. Outings and scrambles, Saturday choose up, which is the Saturday game, traditional Saturday game.
Every Saturday.
Friday fun scrambles, club championship. We've had comedians out here.
Yep.
Live music.
Try to do one a month. Live music in the golf season once a month. Try to do a live band on the deck.
And the music cue was the most recent one, right?
Yeah, we had John and Stacy out here, our club championship. John Caposta and his blues jazz band play, and then we're looking to fill a couple other spots. I think Maddie Nycom played last year.
Oh yeah. She's
out
good.
here in June.
Yeah.
June's pretty crazy for us, so we might have one, we might not. We got some big events in June, so.
Wine and bourbon tastings and pairings.
Yep.
And then, lunches. The kitchen here has been added a fryer and some other things going on with it.
Yeah, we had wine and bourbon last year. Bob's Liquors sent somebody out to really kind of educate people on the different
Our friends at
bourbons.
Bob Liquor.
Our friends,
Friends.
big
Yeah.
friends.
Now,
Bob
I
Liquor.
want to talk about this one event because I think it is probably the most popular event in DuBois County, and it happens on a little bit of time that we like to call Mardi Gras.
Ooh,
And we
Oh,
have
my.
done.
ooh. Could you imagine
we
a
have done
Dutchman at Mardi Gras?
I was here with the missus. We had lunch out here.
Oh, you guys put
But
some down.
Mardi Gras out here, Ted. Talk about Mardi Gras out here because it's been a big attraction.
Yeah, so we finished up year 2. It's been huge. Basically, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We knocked off Sunday this year as an official day, but we always have a little food
There's a little
left
leftovers.
over, kind of treated as members. We've been doing members only on the first night, just to try to again give a little perk for being a member.
That's right.
But man, it's been huge. McAdoo was the thing for
Yeah.
so long. Went out, closed down. So we kind of grabbed that. And wow.
We came out 2 years ago, not this past year, but the year before. We came out for lunch, and me and Justine did, and it was shrimp etouffee, jambalaya, Cajun
Red beans and rice.
Yeah, red beans and rice, chili.
Alligator tail.
Alligator tail.
alligator
Voodoo,
tail with
that
that.
voodoo sauce.
Yeah.
Smoke, are you hungry right now?
Yeah.
Well, that's because he didn't have dinner.
I am too.
But here's
have
my
dinner.
problem is how do you choose? And we have an even
You
smaller
don't. You
menu
just eat it all.
than
Yeah.
McAdoo did. But
Yeah.
it's like, that Cajun chili's on fire.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
It
it
is
is.
good.
It is delicious, and like you said, the toughest thing, and we'll let them inside the minds of the board here a little bit, and how conscious we are about what we offer members. But we're trying to find perks, and one of those perks is being able to, a lot of times, early registration for events.
Yep.
When we play the June Bug out here in the Fall Classic, 2 big golf tournaments out here in the 2-man.
Yeah.
There's that Mardi Gras. There's a lot of membership perks because you've heard it in board meetings when I've said it.
Yeah.
We got to give a value, and we do because of the courses in such great shape. But we also have to give that value to say, we want you to come out here, spend your time with us.
Yeah, and I think the barrier that you talked about earlier, we're trying to break down is there. I don't know. I'm an outsider. I didn't grow up here. I grew up at Christmas Lake and in Santa Claus.
Couldn't tell.
I've been.
It might have been the
Raiderized.
scratch golfer
You've been
comment.
Raiderized. I
It
love
was
it.
the scratch golfer comment.
But-
That's what it was.
I didn't come over here. I played a lot of golf in the area, but there was this, I guess, this feel that was it all private, and
Yeah.
we're not. We're
Yeah.
not. We're semi-private, I guess. I mean, we have membership, but it's open to the public all days of the week except for Saturdays until 4:00.
And Saturdays, let's talk about that because that's a little bit of a new
That's
change.
a new thing.
Well,
you
that's
know?
because we're carrying 200 plus members.
Yeah, we're
And it's
growing
it's
so
tough
much.
to find time.
So we're trying again, looking out for your membership. This is the first year we're trying it, going private on Saturdays until 4:00. If you're just trying to, we've gotten busy and we don't want it to get so crazy that your membership can't find time to play. When you're talking about 200 plus members and on a 9-hole course,
Yeah.
then you got to be careful.
And I've got a number here for 2023, roughly 1,000 rounds played so far. And that does not include scrambles and tournaments plus leagues.
Yeah, it's been a huge
1,000 rounds
That's,
in May.
That's a lot of golf.
And when would you say?
In
Probably.
April it was a rainy month.
Yeah.
We missed a lot of days.
Yeah.
So we've been Monday and Tuesdays are very packed out here. From a maintenance standpoint, it's a pain in the butt. You're trying,
Yeah.
you're getting balls shot at you. It's like 10 different Dutchman groups out there. You guys
Shots fired.
Interview's over.
Shots
Arlo,
fired.
shut
Yeah.
it down.
There's one thing that I was thinking about, and it was talking about the Jasper course that closed. Actually, 2 Jasper courses that closed, Rooksor and their country club, right? What causes that, and what does it mean for the area for Huntingburg Country Club to be open, and what's the future look like? I mean, obviously you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, so
The
our
numbers say that.
biggest growth, and Casey can attest to this, and this will probably segue Casey into the next thing he wants to talk about. It's personal to him and personal to me, but our biggest growth has been seniors, and I think it's because our golf course, a lot of them played at Ruxer. It's an easier track, it's shorter, it's not as difficult.
Traditionally known as a par 3 course.
Yeah, par
Right.
3, par 4. And you come here, and the golf course it has gotten in better shape, but it's playable. It's playable for people that are scratch golfers, people that are 20 handicaps or plus. Like it's an enjoyable course to where you're not feeling overwhelmed. You know, you can go to a championship course, and if you're a 10 plus handicap, like, yeah, you probably might have some fun, but it's going to be a struggle.
You can have some long
It's going to be
days.
a struggle.
Yeah.
And I think we're not only affordable, but we're playable for many different types of golfers. And
Yep.
then the second group that's growing the most are our juniors. It's
Yep.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I bet we have, 5 years ago, maybe it's the best deal. It's the best steal in town. It's $100 for the year.
Right.
I mean,
And-
$100 for the year. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And
and
I bet
one-
we're over 60 junior members.
That's awesome.
and that's great. And what makes it good is the Huntingburg Golf Foundation
Correct.
is part of this with Huntingburg Country Club, and the Huntingburg Golf Foundation's mission is to build and grow the game of golf.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those things where in some of these places, when you let something die, it's hard to get it back.
Right.
You know, look at what they did to JCC. Not that they did anything bad to it, but Grassland?
Yeah.
Oh,
Parklands.
Parklands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
if you
then-
miss a generation or two,
It kills your club.
you know, and that's what we were for many years. Is you got some prominent families that work their butt off to keep a place like this open,
Right.
especially if you're not going to be as open to the public. In JCC, that was the deal.
Yeah.
And when if you skip a couple of generations out of those families, and the finances aren't there to it's expensive. Like the golf business, it's expensive to run it.
Yes.
The amount of
I could
money you
only
got to put
imagine.
into the course to be you got to have these kind of events, the June bugs,
Yep.
the bands to kind of your normal play is probably paying payroll and chemicals.
Yeah.
The other stuff's what has to generate
Generates
revenue.
your funds.
Well,
yeah.
and let's talk about how important, quality management is. And Huntingburg's got a new manager in
Yeah.
Kirk, and he was supposed to be here tonight, but
Long weekend.
Long weekend.
June bug.
and,
Long weekend.
and not
He's
upset.
been thrown
that
to the
he's-
fire.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he knew. If he knew, I think there was a little bit of intimidation. But Kirk's been a great addition.
Yeah.
He's got a great background. Since Kirk's not here, talk about Kirk a little bit.
Yeah, so Kirk's, he's a young, energetic. He's been in the golf business before growing up,
Yep.
and then he got into like the cycling business in Evansville, Schellers. And to be quite frank, he got married. He moved back to town, and the drive was terrible. It sucked. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
Ace driving the coal mines.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. And it just was a perfect marriage. The dude is extremely sharp. He's business minded.
Yeah.
And that's what we want, because you want somebody. And I tell you what, Casey and I always struggle with this. We're at that teetering point of we love growth, we push growth, but we got to be cognizant of our membership and
Yeah.
not getting too big.
That's right.
And Kirk's a guy that we can kind of hand that over to and understands that, we're at a good spot.
Yeah.
Let's just let's
Maintain.
where
Controlled
we are.
growth with maintaining what we're doing and
Right.
finding a way to
Yes.
add things for members.
And-
Because you still want that perk for members. You still want your members to be able to get a tee time when they want it. You
Yeah.
want to be able for people to come out
Absolutely.
and play golf.
Well, and the beauty of it is when
There it
you
is.
add some of these events
The beauty.
and you get people out and you make Mardi Gras a special, you got a special day for it.
Yep.
Music cue,
Chicken dinners. Yeah.
different things that come about it. So excited to see what Kirk has to offer and what he can do.
He's got some exciting ideas, and we're growing. We're going to build new maintenance buildings this year. It's kind of the eyesore of the property, right? And, there's plans in the 5-year plan, if we continue to keep progressing, that, there might be a cart barn. There might be other things that continues to add to the membership experience. You go to some country clubs, there's a pool and there's all this tennis courts, and we don't have that on this property. And I don't think we want to. We're different,
yeah,
but
we're okay being different.
we're okay being. But what can you get for being a member?
Yeah.
What if you're not an avid golfer?
Is there any way you could add fishing to the golf?
We got a pond down there. There's a couple golf balls in there after that.
Yeah, at least two.
There's bass jumping everywhere.
Yeah. Well, hey, we saw nothing says America like a bald eagle and
Oh,
Yeah.
man,
That's
that is right.
You're gonna see.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you, boys, out here being greenskeeper, you work some odd hours. You got to
Yeah.
spray in the middle of the night. I might spray tonight,
You're a workaholic, Ted.
but I mean, it's peaceful out here, but
Well,
you're gonna see
Brandy's
some
already
animals.
mad at him. Brandy's
Yeah.
already mad at him,
I'm
so
already
in the doghouse. So it
Why
don't
not?
matter now.
Been there.
I'm always at the course.
We've all been there, ain't we?
Yeah, buddy. That's for sure.
But I'm gonna tell you what, you're gonna run across some weird stuff out there. I mean, look out! I mean, it's pitch dark.
Wildlife.
There's nothing out there, but there's coyotes. There's
I love
skunks are worse.
Yeah.
They just pop up on you.
So let's talk about the first tee program.
Yeah.
Because that's another big thing that has grown at a lot of these clubs. What does Huntingburg Country Club, Huntingburg Golf Foundation do with first tee here?
Yeah, so you mentioned a while back, you mentioned the 2000s, the studs, I was at Christmas Lake, Harry Chills trying to beat those dudes. I didn't like them as much back then. They're my buddies now. But so their whole generation, it's kind of flopped now, and their kids are coming up.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of dads that are very into their kids being introduced to the game, whether they play other sports or not. I think it's awesome to be introduced to golf.
Yeah.
It's a lifelong sport.
It is.
You don't have to play it in high
It
school.
is.
But we were out there playing tonight, and there's all kinds of high school graduate, college kids out playing Huntingburg Country Club.
Yeah.
And so you learn that it's a lifelong sport. That's what we're all about with this first tee. Brock Matthews, golf coach for many, many years, started a junior camp 5 years ago. And it's just grown. It's grown and grown. Sam Collins is the new golf coach. Brock stepped down. He's going to continue it this year in a couple weeks. But we kind of partnered off of that and wanted to do more than just 1 week camp. And we started these Monday night leagues before we were first tee. And it was really us dads just wanting to get our kids together and have fun and go play golf. And we called it a league at first, but it really isn't a league yet.
Yeah.
But as we see our kids get older and rotate, like my son and my daughter now that are almost 10 and 8 are starting to go out on the course. And our hope that it builds and we kind of like have a men's league or a women's league where we track and they play in little teams.
That would be cool.
But we have little bitties. We're the only first tee program in this part of the state that I know of that will accept 4 to 6 year olds. And that's our big range.
Well, and
Casey's daughter's getting into
Yeah,
it.
we I signed up.
Really?
Well, here's
Coach Casey.
and here's where it melted.
Where are we going to put him? Chippy?
Oh, Zoe
We're
Bird
gonna put him
out
in
there
a chippy?
letting her eat.
Yeah, probably on the tee box.
Tee box.
That's probably how to get it into
I
the
have a new
woods and
drill
into the
this
water.
year that we're going to put this big Velcro vest on somebody, and they're going to stand in the middle of the circle, and we're going to put like Casey's. Like that's got to be his job, right?
or we can get smoke.
I'd probably pay to see that. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty
No,
good.
I mean-
So what melted? So I have, I don't know. Selfishly, I don't know. I'm not real wild about volleyball, and I'm like thinking of a fall sport, and I definitely not a cross country guy. Those that know
Really?
my wife know that.
You don't say.
Yeah, yeah, not a big cross country guy. I love what they do. Chase Bland is
Yeah, we got a guy in our stable.
Yeah, we got a guy in our
yeah.
stable. We sponsor runners. We
Oh,
don't
yeah.
run ourselves.
That's right.
But I think that for me, it was I want to get her involved in something that she can do her entire life. And like golf for me has introduced me to a lot of people, a lot of different things, something I can do the rest of my life. And you hear everybody say like the younger you start playing, the better off you are. And I really didn't start taking it serious until later in life. And I just thought, what if she really loves it and it's a chance for her and I to,
sure.
we're not going to go for a run together. We're not going to go hit a volleyball together.
Is 1025 too rocky?
Yeah, too rocky. Yeah, too hilly territory out there, and it's kind of a dangerous neighborhood. It's a dangerous neighborhood. But I had bought her a yard club from USA Kids Golf,
Oh,
or
yeah.
USA Kids
yeah.
Golf, or Golf Kids.
Either way.
U.S. kids.
US Kids.
It's the best place to do it.
And so easy over there. So,
What happened?
Yeah, frogs underneath
Creaky
the.
board in the old chair.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So I had bought her a yard club to go out and hit with.
Yeah.
And
Damn
she had put it in my golf bag. And so like she'll go out when we're outside and she'll get it out of my golf bag and a couple golf balls and she'll be like, I can't wait to go out on the course with you, Dad.
I had
like,
one of those when I was a kid too, and it was a ambidextrous chipper. It
Interesting.
old
was literally
chipper.
called the
Yeah,
chipper,
the old
and it was
chipper.
just a
I remember the chippers.
triangle club,
Yeah.
and you could swing it right-handed or left-handed, whatever you wanted.
I think
So
we
we-
got out of the bunker tonight.
So I signed her. Yeah,
Oh, boy.
they're a little tough there on the beach.
Here's
so we signed her up,
Yeah.
and I look forward to it, and she was excited about it, and it melted my heart a little bit because she's been. I've been talking to her about getting out here and playing, and she wants to come
Here's
out.
the cool thing about first tee. So my daughter, she's good, but I don't think she wants to have anything to do. I don't know. Right now, she's anti-golf. She won a tournament today. I don't know if she's ever been beat, but she's anti-golf.
Is she signed up, by the way?
She signed up. Oh, not for MFL. Cooper signed up because
He's
was
gonna
the
win it.
Trial.
He's gonna
You need
win
to see
it.
if the link worked.
Well, yeah, that was
But
one
Chloe
way
will
to-
be in it. Yes.
Okay.
So, but you know her the only time she wants to do golf, junior Monday nights.
Yeah.
First tee, and first tee is so much more about. It's really cool. It's so much more about teaching life lessons. There's a lesson every night that goes with it. You know, it might be character based, it might be leadership based, and we just have fun
Good
with
for
the
you
little
guys.
biddies.
That's cool,
You know,
man.
and we teach. Throughout our 4 stations, they rotate like every 10 or 15 minutes because, you know, little kids, you got to keep them
Attention
moving.
span. Yeah.
Keep him moving.
And the older ones go out on the course. It goes all the way up to high school. If we get high school, middle school kids showing up, we send them out on the course, let them play little games, and then we teach the little biddies on, you know, the etiquettes, the different rules. Give them a little bit of, but it's more fun. We're hitting water balloons with drivers. We're hitting Velcro balls at a Velcro target. We're, you know,
I.e. Casey in a Velcro vest in,
Oh,
in
yeah.
a circle.
Sharks and minnows a huge one.
Oh, yeah.
It's about, and I think Casey, I think we're over 70 right now.
That's crazy.
On Monday
That's
nights.
awesome.
And we're
That's
getting
crazy.
to a point like this property, you know, we're going to have to get creative. But over 70 because I think some of the other first tee spots, it's $75 to $80, $100. We're $25.
Unbelievable.
And you can
$25.
sign up online. You can find, you go, I think it's
It's a little
firsttee.com.
First Tee. It's a little weird for us. Firsttee.com, but we're in South Central's district.
Yeah.
And then you'll find Huntingburg Country Club. So you got our First Tee district. You got Sultan's. You got Lucas Oil in English, and then you have us.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
And then the cool thing about it is like we all kind of partner together. So like Sultan's has like a playing league. So if you're a member of First Tee Huntingburg, you can get in Sultan's playing league. We don't have like a playing tournament, you know, but they have like tournaments.
That's
You know,
cool.
where you can go play. So it's cool how we partner and we work together. It's been really rewarding. It's been huge for our club. I've always said, you know, how do you sustain your club for 30, 40, 50 years down the road? It's the youth. Like,
Always.
And then their
Just
parents
like everything
come
else,
out.
the feeder program that means everything for
Yeah.
everything.
And that's the longevity of this club and the big picture.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I did not know that you guys did that here, but that's
and we've getting a lot. We obviously we have members here that are my age that want to get their kids in, Casey's age that want to get their kids in, but we're getting so many outside people. We've got people from Rockport, Santa Claus.
Well, and you look at other. I mean, we were talking about other golf courses around. Rockport's got the Rustic, obviously, but you know, I don't know if they run any kind of program.
Probably not.
You know, Northern Spencer County's got Christmas Lake. Tell City's got a course down there.
Yeah.
Lucas Oil, as you get over there to Crawford. You got us here. Pike Central or Pike County's got
Pride's Creek.
Pride's Creek.
Oh yeah.
Sultan's obviously in Jasper.
Buffalo
You
Trace.
get Buffalo Trace. You get into Orange County. You got, you know, the resort does have the Dye and the Ross, but they also have that Valley Links course, which is
Yeah.
a fun 9-hole course to
that
play.
tournament there this year. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice
It's a
Valley
really
Links is in
good-
good
There's a
shape
lot
too.
of really cool golf around this
Yeah.
area, this core area.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all the Victoria National down in Evansville.
Yeah.
all the other courses down in Evansville. You know, just
Well, and crazy enough, didn't Evansville lose Eagle Valley?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's Holmes now, and that used to be when I was down at Evansville. That was one of my favorite courses
You
to
remember
play
Clear Crest Pines?
Clearcrest Pine, tight course.
Tight. My 7-iron.
Donnie Mattingly lives
I
real close
broke
there.
my 7-iron over my knee on. I'm not sure which hole it was, but
at. I don't
yeah.
know what you would get that upset with.
Well, I was just
There's a lot of trees.
This is very
There's
frustrating.
You know
no
what?
way Mase made it around there.
And that's the beautiful thing about this sport, though,
That's
is
the
that
beauty
you can
of it.
have the best, 4 hours of your life, but also the worst 4 hours of your
Oh,
life.
yeah.
It just depends how the day
I
shapes
suck
up.
at
But
golf, but
you-
man,
I'll
I
tell
have
you
a
what,
blast.
though, every time I play with buddies, I never walk away and I'm like, man, I really wish I stayed home.
Yeah.
I never say that.
No.
So,
No.
That was a paradigm shift I've had recently. I don't have to be good at it to enjoy it.
No.
Exactly.
That is right.
Yeah.
If you go in with the right mindset.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes if you ride around with Andy McHugh in a golf cart, it gets a little bit laboring. But
Is he a friend of the show?
he's a big friend of the
huge
show.
friend.
He's going to hear it.
I
He's
saw
on
him
our league
Saturday
team.
night, by the way.
Yeah.
He was
Oh
at-
yeah,
he
right
was at the
there.
concert.
Well, all my tickets were there.
People
all together.
always ask me this, and this plays into the night. Like they said, you have to like hate playing with, and I think people up here sometimes are afraid to ask to play. But it doesn't matter if I play with a 30 handicap. Like I enjoy the game.
Yeah, we're
Like, it
glad we
doesn't
can
affect-
stroke your ego there,
Yeah.
Ted. Playing
Glad
with
we
high
can-
It obviously
handicappers.
didn't affect my game tonight.
Yeah,
Shots.
yeah.
So let's talk about golf week. Is that where
Yeah.
we're going right now? Let's go
That's
to golf
where this,
week.
as you like to say, that's where this canoe's pointed.
Let's go.
This thing.
So this little handy dandy flyer
It's huge
is
here.
Branded
great,
by Woods.
and it's cool. And shout out to Branded by Woods and our friends at Ruxer. But the first one off the top there, I'm just going to take it.
Yeah, that's your
This
thing,
is
man.
the second year of the MFL Foundation Golf Tournament. It's not a scramble. It's for youth kids to play.
It specifically says junior golf tournament.
Oh, it is. It is.
Tournament.
And my mom would hate it. I say it when we give away money and scholarship. Like, she would hate this. I mean, not that she knew her boys played golf, and Chris and
Oh,
Corey
yeah.
played golf in high school. But it is such it fills a gap, many people probably don't know how this story got started, but I said we're going to create a foundation in Mom's honor, and Ted was like, well, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about a scramble, and he's like, let's do a youth golf tournament. And I'm like, Ted, I don't know a damn thing about a youth golf tournament. He goes, I got you.
Bingo.
And so we did, and it helps when you're on the board, to get it. But
Agreed.
but our mission of it is to grow youth golf in the area. And last year we had first time out, we had 44 golfers. And I can remember being like 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, probably 2 or 3 weeks out. And I'm like, Ted, we got 15 people signed up. He's like, don't worry, they'll be here. And we had, it's so cool to watch. For those listening, like the tees are set up to make it easier for kids to play.
Yep.
And to set the tees out here, because we had a set of orange tees and purple tees for the younger kids. It really makes it enjoyable for the kids.
So they're not the whole place and the whole placements and the tee placements are not going to be anything like they were today.
No,
Because I don't think that there's a kid in the country that could play very well today.
Here's the issue. Today's pins are still set for Sunday's Junebug, the biggest tournament of the year. You can
Yikes.
tell.
yeah, they're on
pretty
one. That's a
tough.
tough.
Casey, to your point with the orange and the purple tees, new addition to Huntingburg Country Club this year because of the MFL tournament. My staff built new junior tees this offseason.
Yeah.
So it's for this event.
Here,
It's
here.
for our
Nice.
Monday Night League. So we just kind of stuck them out in the middle of nowhere last year. This year's tournament's going to have brand new tees for these kids.
That's awesome.
It's set up for the perfect yardage for them to have success but still be challenged.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to get bigger and bigger. The thing that Casey did a really good job of, and Woods was right there as well. They just did the tournament high class year one, and that's everybody walked away from that. The people that play with Cooper and Chloe down in Evansville that we've gotten to know, their friends were like that. Like that tournament was ran the right way. Like we're
That's
coming
cool.
back.
That's cool.
Well, and we and for this year, we're working. Your wife probably hates me, Ted. I'm probably in the same doghouse as you are because I blow up her phone about an email about Dutchmen stuff and then stuff for the foundation and then throwing middle school baseball.
and everything else.
So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
probably hates
No
me.
wonder she's not answering my call.
Yeah, you're with that damn Lindemann. But we're trying to add stuff every year to make it worthwhile, and we're looking at some different things for these kids. Not only just to get a T-shirt, but nice trophies and ribbons for first, and then first runner up and second runner up. But looking for some more goodie bag type stuff to really get out there, and it wouldn't be possible without the sponsors that just you ask for money and you tell them what it's for and they just
give it to
donate.
you.
And that's one thing that's
That's an awesome thing about the community we live in.
very true.
It's really there's a lot of really really good
And
stuff.
Especially with the youth.
And we brought in from last year's tournament. There was quite a few DuBois County kids, but we stretched into Davies County.
Yeah.
We got into Orange County. We got some that came up, out of Evansville, Warwick
Yeah.
County, and Vanderburgh County. And we've got, as we talk today, with it being June 5th, I think we've got over 20 signups already.
That's awesome.
And that's even like before like the stress period where all these first tee programs begin next week, Monday, right?
Yeah.
Or this coming week. So it's going to take off. But that's the first event there. The junior golf tournament. If you're interested in your child playing, you can find it. It's easy to find us online. Come out here to the country club and sign up. If you're a business that wants to get involved, Branded by Woods has done some beautiful like yards. They're not just like, they're beautiful. They've got the golf tournament logo with your business name on them. They're beautiful. And
they're really beautiful.
So beautiful.
So
Thank you, guys.
beautiful.
And so, and the cool thing is that Wednesday night is men's league, and I just so happen to leave up the big banner that's got all the donors on it for everybody else that plays men's league, which is what, 10 teams now?
Yep,
9,
10
10 teams,
teams.
11 teams to come out here and
Casey
be.
probably out
so,
there hacking around.
Yeah, maybe, probably.
10 shots.
So
Smoke,
the next,
Smoke, tell us what's the next one.
yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
Caught it.
We just got these.
I know we're about to break one.
I want
The
to hear.
Emma Lou
Ooh, the Emma Lou.
Amateur Ladies Team Golf Scramble.
So this
I can
is
guarantee you that's going to be a blast.
this is a big one. So Emma Lou used to be a member here
yeah.
at Huntingburg Country Club from a long time ago. From what I've been told, pretty good golfer.
Yeah.
So we're naming this tournament after her, former member. It's a two-lady scramble. Want to pair this with some morning stuff, kind of get the, I don't know, the mint julep, the little, the fancy
Juleps.
drinks.
Yeah.
There are some really good premier like two-lady scramble tournaments in the area. The Evergreen down at Christmas Lake. We've been trying to, target some of those to make this a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So that's number 2. This is going to be year 1 of that on Thursday morning. I think right now we're about 8 to 10 teams. We'd like to see anywhere 30's our max.
Right.
But we're getting that sweet
Third of the
spot.
way there.
Yeah, getting that sweet spot year 1.
Still a month out. Plenty
Yeah.
of time. More than a month.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cool. We might do. Well, we're in the works. There's some things cooking with this one. Maybe trying to get a certain. I forget. I'm bad at this. The food truck situation. But there's something. Is there one that does like green salad, something like that in the area?
There could be, and I don't know much about salad food trucks.
Yeah,
mostly
this
just
is the wrong group.
mostly just the tacos.
You
or
seem
the,
like such a
wrong
salad food
group.
truck kind of
Oh, I
guy.
love
You
salad.
shocked me.
So the golf week. So Casey, the tournament, the MFL tournament is July the 12th.
Correct.
Which is Wednesday.
The
this year.
Emma Lou is Thursday, July the 13th.
Yep.
And then we move into Friday, July the 14th for the Ruxer 9-hole shootout.
This is interesting.
So a 9-hole shootout.
This sounds like a
Pre-flighted-
blast.
Pre-flighted,
think-
open to all. B flight 3 p.m., A flight at 3:30, invitation dinner at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I'm
Call
telling
the
you
country club to sign up.
gonna
But
tell you
I
what.
think a 9-hole shootout, Smoke Dog, is like right in our wheelhouse.
This might be where. Do you know what this is though?
I don't have a clue what it is.
So this is where we could have some fans. Now we're gonna have a dinner that night too. I think Casey's winners for the MFL are gonna be invited to that dinner. Kind of honor them. It's a dinner for the sponsors of the event. It's a pretty cool way, a little perk the sponsors
Sure,
get.
for sure.
Going to make a nice meal. Let the kids get introduced, the youth get introduced for winning the tournament. Recognize the sponsors with a shootout. This is one of my favorite events in golf. So let's just assume you got 10 guys in a flight. All 10 tee off on hole 1.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you follow me?
I got you.
So one's going to get eliminated every hole.
Oh, I'd get eliminated
Right away.
So if you have a tie on hole 1, then you got like
Now, how does
you
one
got a
become?
chip off.
How do you get it? How do you get
You get the
it?
I
worst
imagine
score.
being
Okay,
the worst.
okay,
score, yeah.
okay.
So then you go to hole 2, and there's 9 people left. So in the end, there's going to be 2 people on hole 9 with everybody out here watching to try to win the shootout. And we're gonna. Our hope is we get 30 signed up and have 3 flights.
Oh my!
That's amazing.
And it's going to
Do
be.
you have to be? Is this now? Are these member exclusive
no,
events?
No. And
Oh,
you do not have
boy.
to be playing in the big premier event we're going to talk about next. You do not have to be signed up for the big premier. The shootout is separate, and this is Ruxer Ford. Ruxer Ford for our big events going to have a couple vehicles out here staged around our putting green.
And shout
Nick
out to
Abbott,
them.
Nick
Yeah,
Abbott, you know, big time member here at Huntingburg Country Club.
We're actually on the Ruxer Ford Lincoln porch, right?
Oh yes,
Yes.
yeah, right behind me, little sponsor sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little sponsor sign.
I'll be damn. Good
Ruxer
deal.
Ford. Nick's a really good golfer. Back in the day, does a little bit more fishing and boating, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, but he
than
can still
golfing.
hit it a
But
mile.
Good for him.
We played behind
Oh,
him in
boy.
a golf scramble one day, and we were on. It was 5, and he, just hit it to the trees.
He's a big dude.
Like he was like 110 out, and you're like, this is unreal. He's like, yep, got all of it. It's
So
like,
we got
yep.
the dinner, got the shootout.
yeah.
I think that's where the crowd's going to be here. You know, you get to watch that coming in.
That's cool.
I think that'll be neat. And then the main event.
That is insane. So as I read this, when I first saw it, I thought, did I read this right? So Saturday and Sunday, July 15th and 16th, the Maurice C. Woods, which, by the way, he lived in Holland.
Oh, Holland.
He's
yes.
a Dutchman for sure. He
Definitely
was
a
a
Dutchman.
Dutchman. But 36-hole individual medal play event.
Yeah.
A flighted 18 first-round score, tee times. This is insane. 36 holes.
Oh, yeah.
Individual medal play, flighted after the 18-hole first score. Note 10% improvement in effect. Those improving more than 10% for their first round will be reflighted. Entry fee is $80. Now, is this a member fee? Is this a members only event?
No.
Wide
no.
open.
So wide open
We're looking
deal.
for 100 to 8. We're looking at 80 to 100 golfers.
Wow.
Big.
$80 entry fee includes rounds, a tournament favor, winning payouts, and merchandise certificates. Carts are available for a daily rental of $18 per player. And then it says you may request first round pairings, approximate tee times, but we cannot always guarantee those for your request. But tee times are Saturday, Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., noon to 2, and day 2 will be paired according to your first round scores, and no day 2 pairings request allowed.
Yeah.
That's crazy. When I look down here and see the
Big money.
yeah, that's a $600 top prize.
I'm going to tell you right now, like, I think the Dutchmen need to be following me around.
Yeah,
Because I was lighting it up tonight, but
I
now,
will caddy you for sure.
Casey tried that once.
Whoa. I did great.
He's
I
a
was-
great caddy.
I was Johnny on the
He
spot.
was Johnny on the spot. I did not live up to. I didn't play well.
We had a little bit of issue off the tee box.
I struggled.
I
No,
remember
so
correctly.
Maurice is Emmylou's husband.
Oh, see how that works?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The original owners of Woods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right down there in Holland, Indiana.
Woods Printing.
Woods Printing.
Original
Yeah.
Dutchman.
So, obviously branded by Woods, one of our big sponsors, along with Ruxer Ford here, and the Emmylou, the female side, and Maurice, gonna sponsor this tournament. And Brian and Casey and our board and Nick, all these people that are working together to try to make this something big.
That's what
long-term.
that's so cool, man. There's so much thing, and whether or not, like, I think we've covered this about 900 times this show, but like, whether you really suck at golf, or if you're really good at golf, if you like to come out and hack around and spend time with your buddies, if you want to become a member, like, there are so many options, there's so many opportunities. I've been coming out here since I was a kid. Like, I mean, my dad loves to play golf. I've been coming out here with a kid since I was a kid, and I mean, just so many changes, so many things that are coming around, and I love every minute of it. And I think it's cool, man. And I not that we're trying to wrap things up here, but what I'm trying to say is, Ted, I'm really happy for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I love to play golf. I suck at it,
No,
but I love
buddy,
to
you're
play.
okay.
I
You're
love to
good.
play golf. I have a lot of fun
I was
when I'm doing
impressed
it.
tonight.
I love to have fun when I'm doing it, and yeah, man.
I think the
this
cool
is cool.
thing is, even in this golf week, like, even if you're not going to participate in any of this, say you're a social member out here, or say you're just interested, like we call everybody up here the deckheads.
Yeah,
The
I
big
could be a
tournament, like
deckhead.
our June tournament that happened this past weekend, like, this place was full up here. Like, this guy sitting around here.
Prime
all day.
real estate.
They sit around here all day long and just watch.
That's
nine.
awesome.
I mean, it's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
You got 3 holes right here that you can see from the
yeah.
deck. And even if you're not into playing golf, but you just want to watch a little competition,
For sure.
sit out in the nice weather, watch a little golf.
Well,
That's
and
cool.
that's
Perfect
and
place.
and this golf week, like, how how did it? I mean, obviously, the foundation is one that's come back.
Yeah.
But how did Golf Week come together? What's the origin story?
The reality of it is this weekend where the Maurice is going to be placed was always the old county.
Oh,
You know,
that's right.
The county is
Non-existent because of the Du Bois County Herald.
Yeah, the Herald's you don't have that prime sponsor anymore. It's, back in the day when we were growing up, the paper was the deal, right?
Yeah.
And now nobody reads the paper. I won the county last year, not to be honest.
Yeah, you did.
It rained, but to be honest, it didn't feel like it was anything different. And we want this thing to become like
an event,
a big deal, an event, something. And George Nord has worked his butt off driving the Maurice along. He knows a lot of people, and we're trying to make this tri-state guy. Like, we're talking big. We want to go get the best golfers in the area.
That's cool.
And you don't have to be a top golfer. We're gonna have flights. Whatever you shoot day one, Casey Lindemann enters the Maurice C. Woods. Whatever he shoots day one, he's going to be put in the right flight for day two. And you're going to be able to
day
compete.
two golfer over there.
Good day two
Me
golfer.
and my golf partner, Andy McHugh.
Sandbagger. He'll sandbag. Him and McHugh, sandbagger.
Shoot,
Hey,
man.
we are the returning champions
Oh, boy.
in the Fall Classic
shit.
in our flight. Let me just
That's
phrase
cool,
that.
man.
So I think, Mase, you had a good point there on wrapping up. You got any other, Ted? This is where we kind of do a final thoughts.
So this is how this works. So we usually do a final thoughts segment, and a final thoughts segment is kind of like a send off. What is your biggest takeaway from the show? What is something that you either look forward to or something that you want people to know, whether it's a personal shout out, whether it's information on the club, really anything that you want to say as we shut down here. And I'll go ahead and go first. And like I said, I am super appreciative of you giving us your time because you're busy as hell. And I know that because I coach with your wife. I know you were talking, we had a conversation on the phone today. He's like, I'm trying to coach basketball. I got Cooper playing golf. I got greens burning up because it's 90 degrees and 20% humidity. I got so many things going on, and I appreciate that because it shows in the condition of the course. It shows of the quality of athletes your kids are, and it shows that with you and your dad and that relationship that you have working here. And like you said, man, you weren't born a Raider, but I couldn't tell. And I'm super glad to have you up here at the club. And just a couple times that I've played golf with you, man, just picking up on things. And like, I hope in the future to play maybe a little bit more golf if I can get away from, the warden will let me out of the house a little bit more here when sports kind of slow down. But hey, man, for all you folks at home listening, if you want to play golf and you're not, it doesn't matter, like Ted said, if you're a scratch golfer or if you're not a scratch golfer, give HCC a try. I guarantee you won't regret it because it's beautiful. And, stop by and get you one of these flyers because there is so much stuff going on. And kudos to you, man. That's all I got. Casey, what you got? Arlo. Here we go. Arlo, what you got?
Oh, it's my turn? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to say, nice to meet you.
Yep.
I didn't know you before tonight, but enjoyed our time out on the course and obviously our time here. I live in Ireland, but I come to Huntingburg almost every day.
Yep.
And I joined Destination Huntingburg's board late last year.
Yeah.
I see the momentum that Huntingburg has, and nothing against Jasper or Ireland.
Yeah.
And I know this is a Holland podcast, but I think what you all do for Huntingburg and just being that golf course, and it's not something that's, drying up and let them build a park or more houses or whatever is just a huge deal. So the other thing that really touches me too is just the things that you guys are doing for kids. I had no idea. Come on now.
No. He just
Side comment.
Yeah, side comment. You're doing great. Somebody's eyes are floating.
Oh, he's got to go.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. No, but the one thing I was going to say is I had no idea the things that you guys do for youth here. I'm a dad. We're all dads. To me, that's the best. That's what it's all about is, getting your kids out and doing that. So thank you for doing all that. So pass it over to
Smoke Dog.
Smoke doggy.
Well, I appreciate you letting us come out and grace your presence, rather. on the deck out here.
Which it's perfect out here right
This
now,
is
by the way.
amazing.
The barometric pressure is,
this is
right
cool.
where it
On
needs to be.
point.
But no, I've been living in Holland for a few years now, I guess, since 2013. So I come out here every year. I'm a terrible golfer.
I don't know. You're a hell of a putter.
But no, that's not even the case. All of my good ones
MVP.
You're a hell of
still
a guy.
missed.
MVP.
You're just a hell of a
But,
guy.
MVP.
I've never felt like I didn't,
Belong
never any
here.
judgment, right? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
which back home, I've known a lot of folks like that. Oh, what's this guy doing here? Let's move him along. So no, I think it's real good. The boys been interested in wanting to come out and try it. It's awesome what you're doing to try to get the kids involved. So I think it's gonna work out real well for y'all.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get something like this going again here soon in the future.
Teddy, buddy, I love you. Because everything you've helped with that foundation tournament means the world to me. I know you wrangled me in on the board to help be a little bit of a common
you couldn't
sense.
hear that facetious laugh.
Yeah, I know, that common sense.
We're
but
almost at the end, buddy.
I know,
We're almost there.
But I appreciate it. Getting to know you better over the years, and like Mase says, maybe not necessarily a local, but you sure could have fooled
Sure fooled
anybody.
me. I guarantee it, buddy. I love
and
it.
then I really was worried when you stepped down at the helm of Raider basketball, because I would have hated to lose a quality person in our community, and I'm glad you're still here. Your wife may hate me, but as long as you take her a Coke home, everything's gonna be okay.
Brandy loves me.
Casey knows. Take that Coke home.
Take that Coke home. But I appreciate everything you do out here, not only as a member at the country club, but on the board. But the youth stuff is, getting kids involved in something that doesn't involve video games or sitting at home is huge. Not to knock video games. If that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. But
Get them outside.
Yeah,
Get
get them
outside,
outside.
man.
Get them learn something new and something that's a challenge and something that they can do forever. And I appreciate it. And today was fun. We'll have to do it again soon.
Oh, yeah.
But check out the stuff on Golf Week. Check out a membership form. Stop on by. Have lunch. Lunch is great out
Oh,
here.
yeah.
The food's great out here. But just. This is, honest to God, this is the place to be in the summertime.
That's right.
And it's building that way more and more every year.
Love it. All right, Teddy, your turn.
Well, first of all, I had a blast tonight. I appreciate you guys having me on, supporting the club. It couldn't went any better in my book.
Yeah, we get it. You beat us by...
It was fun.
Yeah, get over it. Whatever.
Maybe next time I'll play with 7-iron only. But
He's a cocky bastard, ain't he?
no, but in all seriousness, speaking to the whole deal, like the biggest reason I came to this community as a head coach, way back when, was the blue collar mentality and just the hard work and when I got out of basketball, I didn't want to leave, and this place is a big part of that. You guys and the families that are around this community and the way we all go about our business, and you've seen it in our athletics, you see it in our success of our schools. It's just, people are hardworking. They support each other, and that's what's so fun. It's what's so fun about the growth of this place, Huntingburg Country Club. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of TLC, but the rewards are so big, and
Sure.
I love this community. I love our communities, love being a Raider, love Huntingburg Country Club, and it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys having us, put in a position to sell our product.
Hell yeah, brother. Hey, and with that being said, Teddy, look at that camera right there and just say, Dutchman out. Do it.
Dutchman out.
The Wandering Dutchman!